This video is brought to you by AceFast. Today we're checking out the ACEFIT Pro Open Earbuds, the world's first night-safe open earbuds with breathable lights. And they work surprisingly well for such a compact bud. But are these lights just a distraction from subpar quality and features? Well, I can tell you now that they're not, because this is a solid all-rounder. So today I'll be scoring and ranking them against 16 open earbuds in 10 categories. So here's my current leaderboard with the Soundcore ACEFIT 2 in that clear first spot. So that'll be a tough bud to beat. Now the ACEFIT Pro are launching on Kickstarter January 13 at $109 US. Shortly after, they'll go up to $119 US. There's a link down in the description for more information. Now let's get into category 1, comfort. And a quick disclaimer as always, this is just how the buds fit my ears. It's going to be different for everyone. But I'm scoring the ACEFIT Pro a 10 out of 10 for comfort, because these are actually the lightest hook earbud on my ranking, weighing in at 7.7 grams. The second lightest is the Nothing Ear Open at 8.2 grams. But it's not just the low weight, it's actual ergonomics that are spot on. The ear hook is thin, the bud is super compact, smooth rounded edges, it's just a very comfortable fit. The design is also pretty slick with that transparent design and plenty of colors to choose from. I'm not a fan of the huge AceFast logo on there, but it's there for a reason as it houses the night safety lights. When I was in uni, I had to do an assignment on night safety and market a product, so this reminded me of that. And this is why I was originally drawn to these earbuds, because it's a pretty unique feature. No open earbuds have it. And it works surprisingly well. And you're able to turn the lights on in the app, or you can tap 4 times on either earbud. So it's just the one setting, on or off, and the lights are gonna breathe independently. AceFast states that you'll be able to see the lights from about a 10-meter distance. And in my test, that's pretty spot on. I could actually see the lights a lot further away. So this is gonna be super handy if you're walking outdoor at night or exercising, going for a run. Due to the angle the buds rest on your ear, it's much easier to see the lights front on. As you can see here, when I'm walking away from the camera, it's a bit harder to see the lights. So overall, it works great. I think this is more of an addition to your night safety though, and it's definitely a lot easier than like walking with your phone with like your flashlight on. You're gonna be able to get some lights on yourself hands-free and listen to music at the same time. So it's an all-in-one product. But now onto category 2, the security of the fit. And I'm scoring them a 9 out of 10 here, as I do for most open earbuds. They lock in place perfectly for me, no matter the exercise, weight training, running, they're gonna stay on just fine. Now I do find open earbuds work the best when exercising outdoors, especially when running, especially at night as well, so you can hear surroundings, not get hit by a car. And you're also not gonna get any bodyborne noise from the impact you make on the ground and your own heavy breathing reverberating through an ear tip, since these don't have an ear tip, it's an open earbud. All the earbuds on my ranking that have that extra half point give you some adjustment options, but still the ACEFIT Pro are gonna stay on just fine. Now category 3 is the IP rating. So you get an IP54 dust and water resistant rating. For open ear standards, this is great, they're getting a 9.5 out of 10. So these buds are gonna be protected against a sweaty workout, use in the rain. If you're around like sand or a slightly dusty environment, you're gonna get better protection as well. Now, category 4 is case and battery life. And they are getting one of the lowest scores here of a 7 out of 10. As you're getting an advertised 6 hours on the earbuds and 26 hours in totals with the case, that's gonna be at 60% volume. Now 6 hours is still solid, but compared to the rest of the buds on this ranking, it's not amazing. You still get fast charge here, so chuck the buds in the case for 10 minutes, you're gonna get 2 hours of playback on the earbuds. You don't get wireless charging, but the only buds that have this are the Soundcore ACEFIT 2 and one more Fit S50. It's a very rare feature for open earbuds. Now the case itself is quite compact, it's pretty thin. I do have it ranked middle of the pack in terms of thickness. So here it is compared to the most compact and thinnest case, the Soundcore ACEFIT. So it's still easily pocketable, and the build of the case is solid. You can tell AceFast were inspired by the old school Mac G3. The clear plastic is a fingerprint magnet though, but I like that you get the exact battery percentage of the case, and you also get 4 bars of battery for each earbud. You also have the option to change the color of the internal light if you like. Not really my kind of thing, but you can do it. Now onto category 5, controls. And overall it's solid stuff. They're getting an 8.5 out of 10. So you get touch controls here with great sensitivity. As long as you press close to your ear canal, the outer edge of the logo isn't as responsive. But you do get a single, double, triple tap and long hold. You're also able to customize the left or right earbud with almost complete freedom. You just can't set voice assistant to a single tap. Fair enough, but volume also can't be set to a triple tap or long hold. Long hold would have been nice, but still it works fine having that on a single tap. You can also disable any function in there as well. Now you don't get wearing detection to automatically pause and play your music when you take one or both earbuds off your ear, but this is a very rare feature for open earbuds. Only the One More Fit S50 have it, but they're pretty limited with their controls. Now the only reason the OWS Pro has a higher score is with their utilization of force touch and swipe gesture for volume control. And the Soundcore ACEFIT 2 has no limitation with their customization. But overall, you get everything you need here on the ACEFIT Pro. All right, category 6 is connectivity. And you're getting everything you need here, so I'm scoring them a 9.5 out of 10. So you're getting Bluetooth 5.4 as well as SBC and AAC codecs. You're able to use one earbud while you leave the other in the case, and when you're doing that, it's going to work in mono mode, so you hear the left and right audio channel when using just one earbud at a time. You also get multi-point connection, so you can have two devices connected to the earbuds at the same time, and they also use multi-point takeover. So I tested this on my iPhone 15 Pro and MacBook Pro M1. When you play media on one device, it's automatically going to pause the other device for you, which is just a bit more convenient. The only issue I noticed here is when I would pause playback on my phone, it would automatically play it on my MacBook, which usually doesn't happen with multi-point takeover. So a small bug that might be able to get fixed by firmware. Now keep in mind, there is no low latency gaming mode, and there is a noticeable amount of latency when playing mobile games like shooters. Casual gaming is okay though. Now do keep in mind you don't get any high-res codecs like LDAC, but especially for open earbuds, really not an issue. You're barely going to notice a difference going from SBC or AAC to a high-res codec. All right, now category 7 is call quality, and I run through 3 tests: a quiet room, simulation crowd noise, and a simulation windy city with construction noise. Total score is the average of all 3 tests. Now first, you can't mute your microphone using the touch controls when you are on a phone call, but most open earbuds, you can't do this. And the overall call quality is decent. I'm scoring them a 7 out of 10. They do an excellent job at blocking out background noise. My only complaint is that the voice pickup is slightly muffled. There's a little bit too much bass, so you'll be able to hear that in this microphone sample compared against one of the highest ranked earbuds, the Nothing E Open. All right, here's the call quality of the ACEFIT Pro in a quiet room. All right, here's the call quality of the Nothing E Open in a quiet room. All right, now we're going to see how the microphones block out some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the call quality of the ACEFIT Pro with some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the call quality of the Nothing E Open with some simulation crowd noise. All right, now I have some city noise, some construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here is the call quality of the ACEFIT Pro with some city noise, construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here's the call quality of the Nothing E Open with some city noise, some construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, category 8 is app customization and extra features. So you can get the app on iOS or Android, and it's a super simple app. It works pretty well. So on the home page there, you have your night safety lights you can turn on or off. Sound effects has 4 EQ presets, as well as a pretty decent 8-band EQ. Gesture control has your control customization I ran through before, and you can swipe to the right to change your case light settings. 3 dots on the top right there will have your firmware updates, and that's pretty much everything. So you're getting all the basics here. They're getting a 7 out of 10. Buds with the highest score have small extras like Find My Buds, Auto Power Off, or left and right audio balance. All right, now let's go into the final rounds here, sound quality. Before we talk about sound, I need to mention that the fit is going to massively affect the sound you get out of these earbuds. Since there's no seal with an ear tip, where the buds are resting in your ear canal, it's going to massively affect the sound. So I have slightly larger ears than usual, so normally open earbuds rest a little bit higher up away from my ear canal. The closer the driver is to your ear canal, the louder and the fuller the sound will be. And when it comes to open earbuds, the buds are working overtime to push out a rich sound. So especially when it comes to bass, you need to bring your expectations down when comparing to in-ear earbuds or even half in-ear earbuds like AirPods. But now that's out of the way, let's start with volume. Now these buds go pretty loud. They're definitely not the loudest though. I have them ranked tied 5th with the One More Fit SE. So if you're cranking these at 100% volume, this is in hearing loss territory. You don't want to be listening this loud, especially for prolonged periods. But with an open earbud, it is nice to have more volume than is needed. If you're especially in a noisy environment, it's an open earbud, so you're gonna be able to hear your surroundings, and that will block out whatever you're listening to. So if you're in like a noisy gym or running near a busy highway, your music will get drowned out slightly, but you're still getting enough volume, so you're gonna be able to hear music, it's just gonna get drowned out a bit. Now when it comes to sound leakage, I'm putting these on par with the Nothing E Open and Soundcore ACEFIT 2, which both leak the least amount of sound when it comes to the open ear hook style of earbuds. The Bose QC Ultra do leak the least, but they're a clip-on style, so it's a little bit of a different situation. Still, when it comes to open earbuds, if you're listening around 60% volume and above, if you're in a quiet room, that sound will get leaked to the point where it's not like they're gonna be able to exactly hear what you're listening to, or if you're on a phone call, they're not gonna be able to hear what the other person is saying, but it's just something to keep in mind. But now onto how these buds actually sound, and I'm breaking this up into two categories, below 60% volume and above 60% volume. Because some buds perform great at low volumes and not so great at high volumes. Now, usually open earbuds will sound better at lower volumes since they're able to push out more bass at low volumes without distorting. And the ACEFIT Pro take full advantage of this at low volumes. They're getting a 9 out of 10. They actually use what I believe is a speaker from the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro, which is actually sent out to me here, which you can see. That's pretty cool. And my sound explanation here is gonna be with the stock EQ. To me, they sound the best just with the stock EQ. When it comes to EQing open earbuds, you can really only steer away from the stock tuning so much. But like I said, the 8-band EQ is pretty decent. You can play around with the sound a little bit in there. But with the stock EQ, the bass is boosted nicely here at low volumes, where you get a tiny bit of that deep sub bass. For open ear standards, you don't really get any compared to like an in-ear earbud, but it's pretty rich here. It's really gonna stand out better with things like instrumentation, drums, low end from distorted guitars, even the low end from vocals. You're getting a nice rich experience here. Now the mids are slightly recessed here though, but to a point where they come across nice and natural. It's a pretty smooth mid-range. The treble is quite nice though. There's a nice upper treble sparkle at the same time with nice detail, and it doesn't get harsh or sibilant. So overall, it's up there with the best, pretty close to the Nothing E Open. They do push out a little extra sub bass though, and that's the same case with the Tozo Open and Bose Ultra Open. But now when it comes to sound above 60% volume, I'm scoring them an 8 out of 10. So they start to fall behind ever so slightly. They do retain a lot of bass and overall sound similar to what they sounded like at lower volumes. But the reason I'm scoring them slightly lower is that there are some slight issues when it comes to distortion. Now this is mainly on bass heavy electronic music. One of my go-to testing songs is Nocturnal by Midnight. And on that first drop there is a bit of distortion when that kick hits. This is mainly when you start to go around 70% volume and above. Now, distortion is actually very common with open earbuds. A lot of the buds on my ranking do have small issues here and there. Some have more than others. Even the highest ranked Soundcore ACEFIT 2 has a little bit. So compared to a bud like the Shox Open Fit, they do have overall a richer sound compared to the ACEFIT Pro, but the Shox Open Fit have more noticeable distortion on bass heavy songs. So that's why I have the same score for both of those buds. Again, only really an issue with drop focused electronic music. Anything not electronic music, like with instrumentation and just regular music, sounds completely fine. There's rarely gonna be any distortion. But that wraps up all 10 categories. And before we go into the final score, here's how you can customize the scoring with my free spreadsheet linked below. So on there, you can compare all the buds easily, and the personalized scoring is super simple. Just fill out a number in the importance column, and that'll multiply that entire category, giving you a new total score for all the earbuds and a new custom ranking. But now the final scores are in, and the ACEFIT Pro finished in 4th place with 84.5 out of 100. So you can see there, the Soundcore ACEFIT 2 is still the best value open earbud you can get, and they are slightly cheaper as well. But the ACEFIT separate themselves from all the competition with those night safe lights, and they nail almost every category. The only minor issue is that subpar battery life. But for my first time reviewing an AceFast product, I'm impressed. They're definitely worth the money. But that wraps it up. For more on open earbuds, be sure to check out all my videos in this playlist right here. Thanks a lot for tuning in, stay picky, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.